Are and what you do?
Sure. I'm Dr. Shannon Curry. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist, and I'm here today to rebut the testimony that was provided by Dr. Hughes.
It seems like Depp's team is on a quest to debunk every statement made by Amber's witnesses. And so far, people are saying that they're doing a pretty good job demolishing Amber's allegations against Johnny. This time, Johnny called back Dr. Shannon Curry to disprove Dr. Dawn Hughes' testimony regarding the test she has with Amber. During her testimony, Dr. Curry made a very serious accusation against Amber's expert, saying that Dr. Hughes manipulated the test to produce results that would be beneficial for her and presented no evidence about her diagnosis. So, what did Dr. Curry reveal in court, and how did Johnny's expert explain the possible gray area of Amber's PTSD diagnosis? Let's find out. Dr. Curry started her very important rebuttal by revealing how Amber's expert didn't testify based on proven facts or results from a properly conducted test. Depp's witness then accused Dr. Hughes of speculating clinical diagnosis based on her and Amber's opinion and was only disguising these speculations as facts in order to help Heard's case.
Generally speaking, there are three main categories that I'd like to talk about today. So the first is that Dr. Hughes misrepresented the tests and the results that she utilized in her evaluation. She misrepresented my testing and the results that I obtained in my evaluation. And she communicated in a manner, provided testimony in a manner that presented essentially her own opinions and the self-report of Ms. Heard as facts.
This alone can already stand as a very serious accusation against Dr. Hughes' credibility, but Depp's expert witness didn't stop there and skillfully pointed out each flaw in what Amber and her doctor came up with. Starting off with the CAPS-5, Dr. Curry emphasized how Dr. Hughes only used data that was beneficial to Amber and blatantly ignored anything that could be used against her claims of abuse and her claims of having PTSD because of the abuse she experienced from Depp.
Intend to address anything relative to the CAPS-5?
I did. So Dr. Hughes administered the CAPS-5 about 10 days after I did, almost 2 years after she initially tested Ms. Heard, and she did not administer the test appropriately. So she left major components blank. She didn't apply the scoring rules that are clearly outlined with the test, and yet she diagnosed Ms. Heard with PTSD based on that assessment.
Explaining more about the tests used by Amber's witness, Depp's expert revealed that while 2 of the tests used by the doctor were appropriate for Amber's case, the remaining parts of them were nothing but checklists.
Dr. Hughes she stated that she administered 12 tests. In actuality, she used 8 checklists. About half of those were symptom checklists, the other half were checklists about experiences that people can have with domestic violence, and those are not appropriate for forensic settings. They are easily exploited.
Because of this, it's safe to assume that these checklists aren't effective for revealing Amber's diagnosis and thus should not be used to support Amber's PTSD claim. Listen to how Dr. Curry skillfully explained this in court.
She also stated that these checklists revealed things that they simply cannot reveal, especially in this context. Let's see. She also misrepresented information, clear indications on several of the objective measures that she offered. And there were indications visible that Ms. Heard had essentially engaged in what we call response distortion. So clear indications of exaggeration on one of the measures that's specific to PTSD, clear minimization of symptoms, intentional, on another more broad personality and psychopathology-based measure that she gave to Ms. Heard, which she did not acknowledge.
Basically, Dr. Curry called out Amber's expert for trying to manipulate test results once again to produce something beneficial for Amber's accusation against Depp. She also pointed out that these checklists only contain items that would identify PTSD, which is why it's only natural that the diagnosis will confirm Amber having this disorder, mainly because the test used is created for that purpose alone.
So there's a secondary danger here too. When you think about it, given that PTSD is the most frequently feigned and claimed diagnosis in civil courts, if you're handing somebody a checklist that lists every single symptom of PTSD, you're essentially teaching them all the little nuances that we're looking for to give that diagnosis. So she gave that to Ms. Heard. Ms. Heard endorsed most of the items, And Dr. Hughes diagnosed her with PTSD and substantiated that opinion by Ms. Heard's checking those items on the PCL-5.
There won't be another outcome aside from a PTSD diagnosis. This fan even believed that Dr. Curry experienced her Star is Born moment after this saying, an actual Star is Born moment. Dr. Curry testified Dr. Hughes diagnosed Amber Heard with PTSD before even administering the appropriate test, and only administered that test after Dr. Curry's assessment of Amber Heard. Soon after, fans pointed out how Amber's demeanor was different. The actress can be seen looking very serious while Dr. Curry is testifying, and people are suggesting that this is because she is feeling annoyed while listening to Depp's witness, who is successfully destroying her expert witness. Adding more about it, this fan wrote, "She's squirming as she knows this is going to be a very bad day for her." How about you? Did you think Dr. Curry successfully debunked Amber's claims of having PTSD? How will her testimony affect the result of this case? Let us know in the comments below.